A very good morning, my dear students. So today, that is the lecture number 5 of Unit 8 DNF block elements. We are on the verge of ending of this chapter. So in this video, we will do two main compounds of this D block element, which are very much important according to board as for your entrance exams. So let's start with this. First, we will do that potassium dichromate, and then afterwards we will do potassium permanganate. So let's start with the potassium dichromate. Potassium dichromate formula is K2Cr2O7. Okay. In this, the oxidation number of chromium is +6. So when chromite reacts with let's talk about the preparation of potassium dichromate. That is, when chromite reacts with sodium carbonate, it gives chromate, which is when acidified with sulfuric acid gives a solution from which orange sodium dichromate can be crystallized. This is, first you have to learn this chromite. This is chromite. Chromite will convert into this chromate, and then chromate will convert into dichromate, sodium dichromate, and then sodium dichromate will convert into potassium dichromate. Got it? So this includes 3 steps for the preparation of potassium dichromate. So let's go to reaction. Let's see the reaction here. Iron chromite. Before that, let me show you one thing. This is the formula that you have to learn. Chromite is Cr2O4. Okay, and chromate is CrO4 -2, and dichromate is Cr2O7 -2. So in chromate and dichromate, the oxidation state is +6. Here also +6. But in case of chromite, it is +3 state. Okay, so just be careful about this. Chromite is Cr2O4 -2, chromate is CrO4 -2, and dichromate is Cr2O7 -2. Okay, so what will happen in the first step? These are the reaction that is to be learned. So 4Fe iron chromite first reacts with sodium carbonate in presence of oxygen. It will give you sodium chromate. Iron chromite will convert into sodium chromate along with the side product iron oxide, ferric oxide, and carbon dioxide. Now this sodium chromate will go in acidic medium to give sodium dichromate. Got it? And this sodium dichromate now further, when it reacts with KCl, it gives potassium dichromate. So these are the 3 equations that you have to learn. So exactly you have to learn. Sometime it is asked that write the reaction for the preparation of dichromate. So these 3 lines, these 3 equations you are supposed to write. Sometime it can be asked in the complete the reaction form. So in that case also you have to write. You have to learn. So these 3 equations are very much important. So it's you are supposed to learn it. So let's move to next slide. This is about the structure of chromate ion, dichromate, and then we will do for chromite. So chromate ion, the formula as I told you in the previous slide, that it is CrO4 -2. So this is the structure, or in other way you can draw this structure, and I think you people are well expert in this drawing because you have done in the P block and very clearly you know that how to draw the structure. So let me draw this. This is chromium over here and 4 oxygen, so put 4 oxygen on 4 different side, tetrahedral sides. Yes, and then 2 minus, so just put 1 negative on this, 1 negative on this. So we know that oxygen will form either 2 single bond or 1 double bond. Oxygen is having minus charge, that means already it is one side bonded. So 1 bond on this side, 1 bond on this side. What next? Double bond and double bond. And I have explained you in that P block that any element will form maximum number of bond will be equal to its valence electron. So chromium has valence electron 6, so we can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 it has formed bond. And now this can also be drawn like this. Why it is written? Because this negative charge can be on any of these 2 oxygen. So that's why all are having single bond and the -2 charge is written over here. Okay, next is dichromate. The dichromate is, we know that formula is Cr2O7 -2, and again it is quite easy. Chromium though, so just put the 2 chromium over here. 3 oxygen equally you distribute it on both the chromium. Yes, and 1 chromium is left out, so put it in the center. So chromium, this oxygen will form single bond, 2 minus, so put 1 negative on this oxygen, 1 negative on this oxygen. So the -1 oxygen will form the single bond, and rest will form the double bond over here. Yes, I hope it is clear. There is no problem. Or you can do in this way also. So in this way, all will have the single bond only, because any of these oxygen can have minus charge. Similarly on this side also. Yes. Now the chromite. So for chromite ion, the formula is, you know, that formula is Cr2O4 minus 2. Yes. So 2 chromium, put this 2 chromium over here, like 1 chromium, another chromium, and 4 oxygen. So 2 oxygen on this side, 2 oxygen on this side. And then what will happen? Minus 2. So give 1 negative, 1 negative. Here it will form equal to, it's like single bond over here and the double bond over here. And this is again going to make a bond over here like this. Yes. Or it's better, you can write in this way also, chromium, chromium, and oxygen. This is also oxygen, here oxygen, and this is also oxygen, and just put minus 2 over here. Yes. So this will be the chromite structure. I hope it is clear. Now move to next thing, that is effect on pH on color of potassium dichromate, and this is going to be very important part. It will be asked in your question in your board exam as well as in MCQ form. It can be asked. Okay. So when this CrO4 minus 2, that means chromate, when reacts in acidic medium, it gives dichromate. Okay. This is yellow in color and this is orange in color. Now, similarly, if we say that dichromate, when it reacts with this basic medium, it converts into the yellow color, CrO4 minus 2. Got it? So this is like we can say that orange color, and here again it will be yellow color. So what is in that acidic medium? Acidic medium, the yellow color will convert into orange because of formation of dichromate from like chromate. Yes. Similarly, in this case, so in basic medium, the orange color will convert into yellow color. Clear? I hope it is clear. Yes. So this is used, this equation, this particular one is used to used by the cops to check alcohol consumption. Okay. Now potassium dichromate as a oxidizing agent, and we know that it has a +6 oxidation state, that means highest oxidation state, and even since class 10th we are doing this, that potassium dichromate is a very good oxidizing agent, a strong oxidizing agent. Yes. So let's do some reaction for this. This is dichromate Cr2O7 minus 2 plus 14H plus 6 Fe plus 2. Can you tell me what will be the product? This is chromium dichromate is here as oxidizing agent +6, so the stable one will go in the +3 state. So obviously the chromium is going to convert into +3 state. And iron is going to be oxidized. So it is Fe plus 2. So what it will do? Fe plus 3 will be formed. And since H plus acid is there, so obviously in this side water will be there. So what will be the answer? That chromium, we can see that +6 to +3, this is the 2 stable state for chromium, and Fe plus 2 is going to be oxidized in Fe plus 3, and because of this H plus, the water will form. Whatever the number of hydrogen is there, that much, like 7 or half of that H2O will form. Got it? Now the next equation. Can you think of it? Cr2O7 minus 2. Again, the two products are for sure same, isn't it? The one is chromium +3 and another is H2O. That is for sure. Now this I minus has to be oxidized. What will be the answer? It will form, yes, I2. Got it? In some way you can write HiO3 also. Then in that case, no need to write this H2O. These two, instead of these two, we can write HiO3 also. That will also be the correct answer. Got it? Now next is case Cr2O7 3S. Again, the two products are going to be same. That's chromium +3 and water. Only this S minus 2 will go will oxidize to give S, sulfur. Yes. And most, like it can, you can like you could have written this instead of this 3S plus 7H2O, you can write H2SO4, but this 3S is the major product in this case. So it's better to write 3S and 7H2O instead of writing H2SO4. Okay. Now potassium permanganate. Potassium permanganate is KMnO4, and you are like in the practical it is it has major use. Okay, potassium permanganate, that is used in the titration, and that's why that titration in class 12th is known as permagnometry titration. Yes. So let's go with this potassium permanganate properties. Preparation first. So preparation, 3-4 years back in your board exam, it was asked that write the equation for preparation of potassium permanganate from pyrolusite. This pyrolusite is nowhere in your NCERT in the explanation way में कहीं नहीं है. It is just pyrolusite word is given in the question form only question. So that's why it was a great confusion over there on that time, at that time. So right now you people should know this thing, that pyrolusite means MnO2. Okay, so manganese oxide is called pyrolusite. When it is fused with alkali and an oxidizing agent like KNO3, it produces green colored K2MnO4. Okay, which undergoes, since it is +6 oxidation state, so +6 oxidation state, that means it can go oxidize, it can undergo oxidation as well as reduction. So this which undergoes disproportionation reaction in neutral or acidic solution to give potassium permanganate or permanganate, we will say. Okay, let's do the example reactions. Before that, you should know this is MnO4, that is called permanganate. MnO4 minus 2 is called manganate, and MnO2 manganese dioxide or pyrolusite, as I right now told you. So in this case, when this manganese dioxide reacts with this alkali, okay, it gives potassium manganate. Now potassium manganate in acidic medium undergoes disproportionation reaction to give permanganate as well as manganese dioxide. Here the oxidation state is +4, and here the oxidation state is +7, and here is the oxidation state +6. So we can say that in this case it is undergoing oxidation, and here it is reduction. Yes. In lab, it can be prepared by the reaction of Mn+2 with peroxysulfate. This is the lab method. We can prepare potassium permanganate by this Mn+2, and this is peroxysulfate. In presence of water, it gives potassium permanganate. It can be potassium. If I will use over here potassium, it will give you potassium permanganate. Since I'm not writing the cation over here, so that's why simply permanganate we will say. Yes, permanganate plus this S2O8 will convert into SO4 sulfate, and then since water is there, so it will convert into acidic medium. We will balance, so you will get it like this. So that is also to be learned. So these two equation for potassium permanganate preparation, and that 3 equation for potassium dichromate preparation, that are very much important. So you just learn this. Okay, and this one equation can be asked in your complete the reaction form. So this is to be learned. This is on heating, KMnO4 dissociates. So whenever we know that KMnO4 is here +7 state. Yes. So we know that whenever any substance undergoes heating, it dissociates. It undergoes dissociation. So similarly, KMnO4 will also undergo dissociation. And what it will form? This KMnO4 will undergo dissociation to give K2MnO4, MnO2 plus O2. So you can say that this is +7 state over here, and here it is +6, and here it is +4. So both are like reducing, isn't it? In both cases it is reducing. So you'll say that how it is possible. See, another thing, it is not possible that only oxidation or only reduction will be there. There must be some, if it is reduction, undergoing reduction, so there must be someone which will undergo oxidation. So which is undergoing oxidation? KMnO4 in this oxygen is in -2 state, and here it is in 0 state. So oxygen is undergoing what? Oxidation. Got it? While now you'll say that the single compound higher oxidation state is going to split into 2 lower oxidation state. So this type of example is called interproportionation reaction. This is interproportionation reaction, जहाँ वो एक oxidation state will split into 2 different oxidation state, and that will be lower only. Okay, proportion reaction. One is disproportionation reaction. You know that the one element of the like same element of the same group will undergo oxidation as well as reduction. So that is what disproportionation reaction. And if it will be reverse, अगर ये इसका उल्टा हो जाए, तो it will be called, that will be called comproportionation reaction. And in this case, it is interproportionation reaction. I hope it is clear. Okay, now move to next thing. Again, we know that KMnO4 act as a strong oxidizing agent and it oxidizes. Since class 10th you are doing this, yes. So in acidic medium, I don't have to say that what this KMnO4 will give you. MnO4 minus in the class 11th also you have done this. MnO4 minus in acidic medium at any cost it will convert into Mn plus 2. So if it is in acidic medium, how you'll know that? Whether it is said or it will, in the reaction H plus will be mentioned. So in that case, for sure the that product is Mn plus 2 will be there as a one of the product. Yes. So let's see. MnO4 minus plus 5C2O4 minus 2 plus 8H plus. Now, since it is in acidic medium, so you are damn sure about the two product, that Mn will give you Mn plus 2 and H plus will give you water. For sure. Now this one. So this is in the plus 3 state. Yes. And here it is in plus 7. So obviously this will give you Mn plus 2. Mn plus 2 ye de dega. Then this has to be oxidized, and carbon ka higher oxidation state, we know that carbon dioxide, that means CO2 is going to form along with the water. Yes or no? Now you balance it. Mn plus 2 plus 10 CO2 plus 4H2. And this is the equation for titration with oxalic acid. Yes, titration with oxalic acid. Okay. Now, another reaction. MnO4 minus plus 5Fe plus 2 plus 8H plus. Again, this is again an important reaction for the titration only. This is the titration with the more salt. So I hope you people can easily guess the product. Yes, MnO4 minus will give you Mn plus 2, H plus will give you water, and Fe plus 2 will be oxidized in Fe plus 3. So this is the answer. Now the next is MnO4 minus plus NO2 minus plus 5H2O. So you can you guess it? Yes, MnO4 minus will convert it to Mn plus 2 because it is in the acidic medium for sure. Since water have we used over here, so acidic medium H plus to hona hi chahiye. If it is not in the reactant side, that means it must be on the product side. Okay, and NO2 minus, the oxidation state is plus 3. So nitrogen is going to be oxidized to give you nitrate. So it will be N plus 5. Yes. Now the next, MnO4 minus 10I minus 16H plus. So two product are for sure, Mn plus 2 and H2O, and I minus will be oxidized into I2. Clear? There is no problem in this. Now, in neutral or faintly alkaline medium, there will be 3 electron loss. And if you can remember in class 11th, molarity chapter, first chapter, some basic concept of chemistry, we have done that. KMnO4 in the acidic medium will give you 5 electrons, while in the alkaline medium, it will lose 3 electrons. So here it is 3 electrons. So that means Mn plus 7, if it loses 3 electrons, it will go in the plus 4 state. And plus 4 ka ek hi stable compound hai manganese ka, that is MnO2. So one product will be again for sure. Clear? Chali, let's do MnO4 minus plus H2O plus I minus. So MnO4 minus, obviously it will undergo reduction to give you MnO2. Since water is there and here it is alkaline medium, so what that in the reaction OH minus should be there. So that's why we will write OH minus. So two product are for sure. I minus ko oxidize kar do and you just write. So this can be I2 also. If you are writing I2 also, that will be also correct. There is no problem at all. But most appropriate jo hoga, that is IO3 minus it forms. Okay. But instead of this, you can write I2. There is no problem at all. Okay, now the next thing, MnO4 minus S2O8 minus 2 H2O. Again, the two product are for sure MnO2 and OH minus. And this sulfur S2 peroxysulfate will convert into sulfate ion. Next is MnO4 minus and Mn plus 2. Now this is plus 7 state and this is plus 2 state. So this is an example of comproportionation reaction. Opposite of disproportionation reaction. Yes. So what it will give you? This will MnO2. Yes, and alcohol will be there, or OH will be there. This one second, this is by mistaken here. This will not be, SO4 will not be there. Sorry. Okay, MnO2 plus 2OH minus. Because here plus 7, 2 plus 4, we can see plus 4. That means it is reduction over here. And plus 2 to plus 4, that means it is oxidation over here. Clear? Okay, now move to next structure. So this is magnate and then permanganate. So very well we know that how to draw the structure. MnO4 minus, we will draw like this structure. Magnate, the maximum number of bond will be equal to its valence electron, that is 7. Maximum 7 bond ye bana sakta hai. In this magnate, there is a, this can be asked in your entrance exam, that which type of pi bonds are there in magnate. So that is d pi p pi bonding is there. D pi p pi, because of in this d electron and this p electron forms a bond, pi bond over here. So that's why this is called d pi p pi bonding, and there are 2 d pi p pi bonding over in the magnate. Now permanganate, again this is d pi p pi, and in this magnate the 3 d pi p pi type of bonding are there. Got it? Okay, so note, in permagnometric titration, HCl, like since you people have not done the practical till now because of this COVID-19, so when you will do this practical, you will understand this. In this preparation, we to make it acidic medium, we use H2SO4. Okay, we use H2SO4. So the question can be asked that H2SO4, HNO3 and HCl, all three are very strong oxidizing, all three are strong acid. But why not HCl is used as oxidizing agent? So HCl is not used as oxidizing agent. Why? Because this is in Cl-1, isn't it? So ये least में है. So what will happen? This KMnO4, potassium permanganate, that means KMnO4, will act as a oxidizing agent and will oxidize the HCl into Cl2. So oxidize किसी और को करना था, वो HCl को ही कर देगा. That means the other element Fe or that oxalate which will be there, that will not be oxidized because वो HCl को oxidize कर देगा. Are you getting it? So that's why in the permagnometric titration, HCl is not used. We use H2SO4 as it is having a higher oxidation state, and it act like it will what we say, remain like this. There will be no effect of potassium permanganate on that because already H2SO4 is in the highest oxidation state, so that cannot be oxidized further, isn't it? So it will remain like that in the just it will provide the medium. Okay, so that's why H2SO4 is used but not HCl is used. Now, although Mn plus 7 in MnO4 minus has no d electron, if you will see the configuration of Mn plus 7 is 4s0 and 3d0, because it is like we can say that what we say, 3p6, 1s2 2s2 3p 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p6, but 4s2 there is no d electron in this, although it shows color. You have done in the first slide, video, that because of unpaired electron they show dd transition, and that's why they show color. So here there is no d electron, but still it shows color, purple color. Yes, KMnO4 jo hota hai, that is in purple in color. So still it shows color. So what is the reason behind it? So there are the two factors to show the color. Due to that, any compound can show color. What are the two factors? One is dd transition and another is this charge transfer. This charge transfer, that means what we say, this is ligand jo hota hai, that donates the electron to the metal. So that's why it shows color. So that is called charge transfer. Got it? So be very careful. Cr plus 6 यानी कि potassium dichromate or this magnate, permanganate, both are not having any d electron, but still they show color because of charge transfer. They do not show the color due to the dd transition. They show the color due to charge transfer. Got it? Okay. So that's it for today class, and next we will do inner transition elements, that means F block elements, and most probably that will be the last video for this chapter. So I hope whatever I have explained today, that is clear to you. Make short notes in your own word, that will help you for the like easy revision, for the fast revision. Okay, so that's it class, thank you.